Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Abdul Samad and my matric number is 1210424. Alright, so our proposal is about the context and impacts about the floods in Setiu Terengganu. So, we start with the introduction. Alright, for the first and foremost, recurrent floods in Malaysia, particularly in Setiu Terengganu, caused by the northeast monsoon. So it emphasizes the direct and indirect impacts of these floods on the socio-economic activities of the people living in the floodplain. So the tangible losses include destruction of property, agriculture, livestock, and public facilities, while intangible losses are acknowledged but not discussed. Climate change and escalating flood crisis in Setiu. So, okay, this about the. This is because Setiu as a region facing an escalating confrontation with the impacts of climate change. It discusses the historical significance of Setiu as an agricultural haven and how climate change has intensified the frequency and severity of flood crisis. Shift in weather patterns, altered rainfall cycles, and rising sea levels are identified as factors contributing to devastating floods, and also disrupting traditional livelihoods and resilience mechanism. Alright, so this is for our introduction in our research, which is the context and impact of the floods in the Setiu. Alright, thank you from me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is MUHAMAD NORFAIZ bin ROZANIF. My matric number is 1210423. Okay, now I will continue with the problem statement. Climate change intensifies flood crisis in Setiu Terengganu, Malaysia, posing threats to local resilience. Altered weather patterns, rising temperatures, and continuous rain contribute to severe and unpredictable floods, endangering settlements, agriculture, and ecosystems.
Hi, my name is RIZAL bin AZLI, and my number is 1210430. Today I will explain to you guys about 3 objectives for this topic. Firstly is comprehensive impact assessment. Examine the short and long-term effect of flood of infrastructure, communities, agriculture, and ecosystem in Setiu Terengganu. In order to combat the increasing frequency of flood brought on by climate change, stress the significance of resilient construction, responsive agriculture, and conservation initiative. Secondly is increasing community participation and empowerment is important for an efficient flood response. Provide a cooperative framework where local perspectives are incorporated into response plans via training, education, and resource distribution. Encourage preparedness and ownership to build a more resilient community that can withstand flood emergency. Thirdly is propose a variety of solutions to mitigate the effect of flooding in Setiu Terengganu. Incorporate both long-term projects like infrastructure upgrade and conservation effort with short-term strategy like early warning system and evacuation procedure. Provide a holistic approach that incorporate technology, community involvement, and policy framework with the goal of creating a resilient community that can both mitigate and adapt to the effect of flooding brought on by climate change.
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for the literature review, which is we focus is the evaluate students is awareness of a historical perspective, climate change indicators, and hydrological impacts, which is socio-economic consequence and ecosystem responses. Alright, for this literature review, we will explore the effectiveness of exciting adaptation and mitigation strategies, including the community-based approach and policies in flood management. Alright, we also search the research about the educational content tailoring, which is utilize the literature review as a valuable tool to tailor the proposal educational content. And then fostering meaningful also discourse on climate resilience and environmental sustainability among the students. Alright, so this is how we create or we do about our literature review for our research, for our proposal. Alright.
Okay, now I will continue with the impact of flood crisis that affects Situ Terengganu. The first impact is flooding in Situ Terengganu has forcibly displaced residents, shattering routines and causing profound psychological distress. Beyond living homes and possessions, limited access to basic amenities intensifies struggles for necessities. This displacement induces uncertainty affecting emotional, social, and economic aspects, requiring comprehensive support and adaptive strategies to address multifaceted repercussions. The second impact, floods in Situ Terengganu, is exacerbated by climate change, caused in extensive and varied infrastructure devastations. Roads, bridges, and buildings suffer structural damage, hindering transportation, isolating communities, and impeding aid delivery. Utilities, including water and electricity, face disruption, intensifying resident challenges. The extensive repair demands strained local finance, highlighting the need for immediate and long-term resilient infrastructure strategies. And the third impact, the impact flood crisis in Situ Terengganu, the economic aftermath of floods in Situ Terengganu pose a complex challenge, disrupting financial stability and communal prosperity. Local business, vital for economies, face interruptions, infrastructure damage, and asset loss, impacting their efficiency. Livelihoods, especially in vulnerable industries, suffer, exacerbating economic strain. Excessive recovery costs necessitate sustained investment, adaptive strategies, and robust initiatives for resilience and revitalization.
Next, strategy and solution. There are three strategy and solution for this issue. Firstly is upgrade the water supply infrastructure in Situ Terengganu to address the continuous flooding, to increase resilience, identify and address weak points, remove barrier and make use of contemporary water channel design, place retention basin to gradually lower the water pressure, involve the community in conservation project. Resilient system require long-term commitment from the government, specialists and local. Secondly is building infrastructure resilience is a critical first step in decreasing the effect of flood brought on by climate change in Situ Terengganu. This include making calculated expense to rebuild and modify structure like bridge, building and road so they can survive flooding. Important steps to reduce damage and increase resilience include raising buildings that are subject to flooding, erecting flood barrier, and improving the drainage system. In the face of flood emergency brought on by climate change, this project seeks to maintain the provision of critical service, reduce financial losses, and build a more resilient and sustainable region. Lastly is implementing robust early warning system is crucial to mitigate flood in Situ Terengganu. This strategy makes use of modern technology to monitor river levels, weather, hydrological condition, and provide timely alert. Giving locals accurate data enable them to take a quick, well-informed action, which lower the number of fatalities, damaged property, and disruption to everyday life. This proactive measure improve community readiness and help Situ Terengganu become safer. more resilient community in the face of climate-related flooding.
Lastly, the conclusion for this topic. In situ Terengganu, the intricate relationship between flood crisis and climate change impacts communities, infrastructure and ecosystems. The region's vulnerability to recurrent floods worsened by climate change necessitates urgent interventions. Immediate responses including resilient infrastructure, community engagement and ecosystem restoration signify CTO's commitment to building resilience against evolving challenge and fostering a prepared community in the face of climate-induced flood crisis. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.